Well, what's going on, guys? My name is Toxicity, and welcome back to the episode of our NBA offseason rebuilds for teams that have been eliminated so far. Last week, we had the Washington Wizards. This week, we got the Utah Jazz. Next week, we're going to be doing the 76ers. I think they're the third worst team in the league. I might double check that. And then after that, we might be doing 2 of these a week, plus our fantasy rebuild series that we're doing, plus the Fortnightly Aussies on the Bowl podcast. So we're going to be pumping out content here on the channel. So if you guys are hyped for that, definitely leave a like on the video and subscribe to stick around. But today we're going to be talking about the Utah Jazz. And I'm going to get to the offseason. We're going to make some big changes. Hopefully we're in contention to maybe land one of Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper. We took Cooper Flag last video for the Wizards, so we're going to mix it up a little bit and try and take someone different. But this team in the offseason, instead of looking to trade Lauri Markkanen, they re-signed him for a big lot of money, and he's been very disappointing this year. And yeah, that extension is only going up over time, so we're going to have to try and find a team that could potentially want that, unless we think Lauri Markkanen can stay on this team and still be good. But he's had a very disappointing season compared to his last 2 seasons. I just think maybe he should be moved to another team, but I don't know who has cap space for that. Walker Kessler has been pretty good this year. Pretty good. He develops nicely in 2K, and he's due for an extension in the next offseason or 2. But we're going to be taking away that 3-point shot. I've seen some of these 3-points that he's trying to attempt lately, and they're very bad. Colin Sexton is a piece that has been really good for Utah since moving over from Cleveland, but I feel like he is definitely going to be traded this offseason. Maybe we can get another first-round pick, or maybe we can do some swaps here and there for him. John Collins has been good this year, and he is a free agent at the end of the year, so we're going to have to potentially pay him, or maybe look to maybe sign and trade him somewhere else. Keontae George has been good recently. I've been enjoying watching him play. Filipowski's been nice. Jordan Clarkson, someone we can also move in the offseason. Isaiah Collier, I definitely want to see develop a little bit more, but I don't know if we're going to actually see that in today's video or not, but I would like to see if we can develop him a little bit. Bryce Sensabaugh has been interesting this year. The Jazz in 2K, for whatever reason, cut him. Kenyon Martin Jr., I feel like we can move on from. Cody Williams was one of their early picks this year. He's been getting some playing time recently, but I'm unsure how he's going to develop in today's video. But we'll see. We'll see how things kind of go. And obviously, they have Taylor Hendricks, who's going to be coming back from an injury next year because we play with injuries off. So yeah, we're going to get to the offseason, and then we're really going to start this video. If you guys must know, the Timberwolves just won everything, and Shea was the MVP. Meh. Moving on. Okay, so this is where the season really starts for us, because we're going to have to potentially make some interesting trades and try and build up a little bit of maybe extra draft capital and just make this team as young as possible, because we want to be bad for the next couple years. And I think we should own that pick. That pick should come back to us. I think it's lottery protected. It should be lottery protected. But we're destined to potentially get pick 1. So let's see what happens. And we fall to 5. Okay. Which is a realistic thing that could happen. Philly get number 1, which is very interesting. We'll keep Will Hardy for another year. I feel like that's fine. So NBA draft time. Let's just see what kind of picks we're working with. I can see a trade. So we have 5, 28, 20, 24, and 25. Okay, I'm going to see if we can potentially move up a little bit with that pick 20. Let's see if we can get like, I don't think the Thunder need pick 16. So let's see if we can send like pick to, wait. We have pick 28. Okay, we'll send pick 28 their way. And maybe we'll go 24 and 25. Let's see if we can maybe get another first-round pick. They don't agree. They want Kenyon Martin Jr., and they'll give us a unprotected pick next year. They have our first-round pick next year, which we could potentially try and get back. If they want Kenyon Martin Jr., I'll throw in another future second as well. Let's see if they'll accept this. They want a swap, which I don't want to do. Okay, instead of that, can we give them Kenyon Martin Jr. and can we throw them Let's throw Mikhailo in this trade too. I don't know. Let's just see if they'll accept that. And they do. Okay, so we get our pick back next year, which I'm pretty sure is lottery protected, but now we just own it outright, which is fine. And we move up in the draft a little bit. So let's see how this draft kind of falls. So that's going to be an interesting rebuild if we ever do that. Cooper Flag to Philly, which is very interesting. Ace Bailey goes to Charlotte. Liam McNeely goes third. Okay, so Dylan Harper, okay, he goes to the Magic there. They must have jumped up the draft board a little bit. And we're now on the board. We're not going to be trading this pick. That's an absolute no for me. So VJ Edgecombe is here. VJ does develop into a really nice player. Yakashonis is here too. I feel like I want to take VJ Edgecombe. I feel like that's a nice little pick for us. And let's see who we can potentially get at pick 16. They're going to offer some trades to us, but I really just want to draft some young talent. So Carter Bryant is here. Asa Newell is here too. And I feel like Asa Newell could be a fun power forward when we decide to move on from Laurie Marketed. Okay, cool. And we have another pick here late in the draft, pick 50. So let's take Dink Pate could be nice. Yeah, let's take Dink Pate here. Out of, he just says high school. I'm pretty sure he's playing over in Mexico at the moment. I could be wrong. So yeah, some pretty good picks here. The Bulls get Malak, which actually could be really good for them. That's a nice little signing by them. So let's see. I will just sign Dink Pate to a straight up contract. We got VJ and we got Asa Newell in the door. So Walker Kessler. John Collins has declined his player option. I'm going to see who's going to give him some money and potentially try and sign and trade him. We'll sign everyone else on here as well. That's definitely a must. So qualifying offer, we'll let all these guys go. I'm fine with that. That guy looks like Mr. Beast. And we'll see if we can bring back... he's not interested in... I didn't mean to click his name, but he's not interested in coming back to us anyway. So John Collins, he is here and he is readily available. So we're going to decline all these guys. I'm going to see if we can just cap hold John Collins. They're, for whatever reason, trying to make me renounce the rights on John Collins, which is weird. Does anyone have an offer out on him right now? So the Raptors, for whatever reason, have an offer out on John Collins. Okay, sure. That's weird. It's just the Raptors. Okay. It's literally just the Raptors that want John Collins, apparently. We can do a sign and trade with them, I guess. I don't know what we'd want for them, but I don't want to renounce the rights on John Collins. I don't want to accidentally click it either. We need to make sure we don't renounce the rights on John Collins. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. He doesn't have any offers. No one else is really coming out for him. So, I mean, let's just offer him like $25 million a year. Can we get that down to like maybe 23? Maybe 22? Let's just go 23 just to be safe. Back end, and we'll just send an offer his way. I'm not renouncing the rights. Please stop saying that. Okay, cool. We brought John Collins back and we're just going to trade him. I feel like that's fine. So what else do we have that we can really give up right now? So Keontae George and Isaiah Collier are going to be our point guard rotation moving forward. I'm fine with that. I want to move on from Colin Sexton as well. He could actually be good off the bench. Maybe we look for a trade for Clarkson. I think we're going to keep Laurie Marketing for one more year. Bryce Sensabaugh can play behind him and Cody Williams can kind of develop. And then we're going to play Taylor Hendricks and Asa Newell and Filipowski and Walker Kessler. Okay, cool. All right. So let's have a look and see quickly what we can get for... Who did I say we're going to trade? Clarkson. Clarkson first. $14 million a year. It's expiring contract. I don't know what I'd want next year. Don't want Jalen Smith. I feel like we always get Jalen Smith. Don't want Nurkic. Don't want Mitchell Robinson. Don't really particularly want Gabe Vincent. None of these teams can really afford to make these trades. Keon Johnson's actually not too bad. Fontecchio and a 2027 first round picks. Interesting. Jock Landau. Keldon Johnson. Now, that's an interesting name. Isaiah Joe, DiVincenzo, Robert Williams, and Moses Moody. Okay, so and Malik Evans, Malik Lewis, and a Washington first round pick in 2027. I mean, we can do this trade. Can they? Okay, we can do this trade without even getting a player back. I'm going to send him to Washington for a 27 unprotected pick. I feel like this is an interesting trade, but we'll send Jordan Clarkson over to Washington Wizards. I feel like he's only really worth a first, maybe a late first, but Washington want to do that. That's fine. So John Collins is the guy that I want to move on from as well. I feel like I want to give Taylor Hendricks and Asa Newell the keys to kind of start here. So I'm thinking maybe a first round pick or a couple first round picks is on the cards for him, but let's just see what we can get in Trade Finder and kind of build on that. So don't actually know what I would like for John Collins. Kyle Kuzma immediately is a no. Lonzo Ball is interesting, but I don't think Chicago would want to do this. The Cavs are interesting. That's an interesting couple players. The Celtics, okay, but they want Walker Kessler, which is a no. Gigi Jackson is quite interesting as Scottie Pippen. I don't know if any of these teams would actually do this. The Miami Heat might. They might do this. We get Jovic, who we can definitely keep, but I feel like we already got a nice rotation kind of going. Duncan Robinson, Miles Bridges, Malik Monk, Mikal Bridges, Rui and Shake, Jet Howard, PJ Washington, Noah Clowney, Andrew Nemhard, CJ McCollum, Ron Holland from Detroit. Would Detroit do this though? I don't think so. But for the sake of this video, that's actually not too bad. Harrison Barnes, Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, DiVincenzo. Anthony Simons is really interesting. We have to give up a first as well though. Maybe we could bring in a point guard for our future. In this trade. Actually, I don't think they would do this. So John Collins for Anthony Simons straight up might not work. Is there anyone else we can attach to this trade? Let's just attach like Johnny Jazang as well. And I don't think we're going to actually get a first round pick or anything from the Blazers. I just feel like maybe this straight up is pretty fair. I actually don't hate this trade. We can bring in Anthony Simons, take a chance on him, let him kind of run the show, and Portland free up some space. Who do they have at their power forward? Timothy Kamara. I mean, John Collins kind of could fit this really nicely. Denny's been balling out. Shaden Sharp's been playing really well. Would we rather Scoot or would we rather Anthony Simons? Who would they give up on first? I want to try and get Scoot. I feel like I kind of want to try and get Scoot. So I don't want to take on that Jeremy Grant contract. That's an absolute no from me. But how much money do they need to give up? Okay, so they would need to give up like a Robert Williams. Okay, now I see why we had a little bit of trouble getting that done potentially. So Taylor, I don't want to give up on Taylor Hendricks because I kind of like Taylor Hendricks. But him in this trade would make a bit of sense because they'd probably want someone young back. Bryce Sensabaugh, I feel we had him in that Washington video, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we can attach him to this trade as well. And we can move around some positions a little bit potentially. And I'll attach Jazang as well. And see what they say about this. What would our rotation actually be? So we can move Isaiah Collier over to, or Keontae George to the shooting guard. And we need to move on from Colin Sexton as well, actually. Okay. I completely forgot about Colin Sexton. Maybe he can just play as a six man. Okay, so I want to move. We can move VJ. Okay, maybe we can't move VJ over to the small forward spot. Oh damn, this is tough. This is tough. Okay. I would attach. Yeah, this is really hard. I don't want to give up on Filipowski. Don't really want to give up on Taylor Hendricks. Laurie would be fun to kind of give up on right now. Let's attach Bryce Sensabaugh and see what they say. They're not willing to budge. I don't really want to throw in too many picks. But I'll throw in this swap best here. John Collins, Bryce Sensabaugh, and a first for Robert Williams and Scoot. I feel like Anthony Simons that would do this. But no. Is there any other players I'll be willing to throw in here? Johnny Jazang, does that get it done? It doesn't. We're just giving them crap at the moment, pretty much. Jaden Springer as well. We'll throw Jaden Springer in this trade instead. And they don't say yes. Do we throw in any other picks? Maybe we throw in a 2029 first as well. Just one. All this for Scoot and Robert Williams. Who Robert Williams is probably not even going to play for us next year. But this is kind of setting up a point guard of the future and a nice little rotation piece for us. They say no. What if we just want Anthony Simons? Is that possible to get that done? If we just ask for Anthony Simons instead. So Simons, I'll take out one first. And I'll take out Bryce Sensabaugh. So John Collins, Jaden Springer, and one first round pick for Anthony Simons. They say yes. Okay. I'm happy with that. I actually am happy with that. So we got Anthony Simons and Keontae George as our point guard rotation. We can let Collier kind of develop in the background. VJ is going to be our starting shooting guard with Colin Sexton as a 6-man. Bryson Sabah, Laurie, Taylor Hendricks, and Asanuo, Filipowski, and Walker Kessler. Okay. We're going to be competitive next year, which is what I want to be. I want to be competitive. We can sign like a Marcus Smart to a contract. I actually don't hate that. This could be like a trade piece at the deadline if we want to potentially move off that. We've got a trade exception there as well. But Marcus Smart, welcome. And we'll also throw some money at... we'll just throw some vibes money at Steven Adams. Cool. All right. So moving on to player progression. That was a bit of a long-winded start, but Walker Kessler is up. Laurie Markkinen's down, which I knew that was going to happen. And there's a few other players that are down as well. But hopefully we don't need to cut anyone because that would probably be Steven Adams, but it's for the vibes that added him to this team. Okay, we have to cut someone. All right. So who's that going to be? I'm guessing like Dink Pate. Is he ever going to play for us? I feel like he might. Johnny Jazang, is he someone that we could potentially cut? Nah, we have to release Steven Adams. Sorry, Steven Adams. Thanks for being here for a little bit of time. This is going to be an interesting rotation. I'm probably just going to see you guys at the trade deadline, but I'm expecting us to be really bad. But we brought in Anthony Simons, who was someone I didn't think I was going to trade for. I thought we were just going to let the point guard rotation sit, but we traded John Collins for Anthony Simons, and I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so we're here at the trade deadline. We're 17-32. So my thinking right now is I want to try and get AJ DeBanster on this roster. And that means we can trade Laurie in the offseason for whatever comes our way. And AJ can be our starting small forward next year. I feel like Asanuo is going to take over from Taylor Hendricks pretty quickly. Filipowski's been like all right this year, not the greatest. Walker Kessler has been pretty good. Taylor Hendricks has been all right. There's an easy way to show you the stats so far. It is right here. So Anthony Simons is leading the way. Laurie is still putting up okay numbers, but I feel like they're slowly fading away. So his trade value is probably not going to be anywhere near as good as I want it to be. I feel like we can trade Colin Sexton right now, and I wouldn't be too mad about that. We can move Keontae George over to the shooting guard and just see how he goes in that position. And then we can get some more minutes for some of these other guys. So I feel like that's the move. We can see what we can get for someone like Marcus Smart as well. So what happens if we go here and we say, hey, Keontae George, you're now a shooting guard. You stay the same. Okay, what about Isaiah Collier? What happens to you? You go up 1. Okay, now is the decision time. I'm thinking maybe Isaiah Collier can play that role. I know he's... let's just go Keontae George. Okay, that's fine. So let's see what we can get out of some of these guys. So if we trade Finder Marcus Smart right now, What are we going to get? Where is Marcus Smart? There he is. So he hasn't played for us at all this year, which I feel bad signing him and sending him on his way, but maybe we can get him to a contender. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a first round pick or something for him. It doesn't look like there's much. So Carl Anderson is under contract for 2 years and they want a pick swap for that. That's kind of rough. Keegan Murray. Why is Sacramento moving on from Keegan Murray? The Lakers would give us a 28 first and Maxi Kleber, who in all honesty, I think that's the trade we're going to go with because that's a very valuable first round pick because they're going to be losing LeBron and Luka mostly leaves in free agency. So out of all these trades, I feel like that's the one we're going to do. I'm pretty happy with that. And we bring in a player that's definitely not going to be in our rotation moving forward. It's an unprotected first as well. So Marcus Smart, enjoy the Lakers. Thank you for your service. You will always be remembered. Now, let's have a look and see what we can get for Colin Sexton. I'm hoping another first comes back our way. I'm hoping 2 firsts come back our way. But we're shedding a little bit of cap space as well with these moves. And Lauri Markkanen is going to... Bro, what is 2K absolutely smoking right now? These are some rubbish ass trades. The Chicago would be interesting. We can move off the Maxi Kleber money straight away. We can bring in Kevin Huerter and maybe we can get a first round pick from them. Norman Powell, Ben Simmons, Scottie Pippen, Mitchell Robinson, Okongwu. What is going on with some of these trades? Wiggins wouldn't be too bad. We get a first out of it. Malik Monk, Mikal Bridges, Marcus Smart is straight on there already. This is actually pretty interesting, this pick here, because the Magic are not very good in simulation and they could use some shooting. So that's actually like a semi-realistic trade. Will Riley and PJ Washington, Claxton is on here. Porter Jr., Nemhard, Trey Murphy. There's some interesting trades for sure. But okay, let's go back to that trade with the Magic because I feel like I'm more comfortable doing that. Okay, at the end of the year, this player, KCP, is gone. We're not bringing him back, but we get a really valuable pick. So it's top 5 protected, which is it's fine. And we're trading Colin Sexton. See you, bye. Thank you for your service here. So the rotation now is going to be very interesting. So they are going to start Keontae George here, which I'm not going to do. I want to play VJ Edgecombe still. Keontae George can go into that 6-man role. So we'll give him like 20 minutes. Filipowski can get 18. Collier can just get like 16. Sensabaugh can get 14, and we're going to keep playing, where is he? Asa Newell as well. I actually want to play Asa Newell quite a lot of minutes. So if we can play him maybe like 18 minutes a night too, we'll give Sensabaugh a little bit less, and we'll give Collier a little bit less too. So Newell, Filipowski, and then we'll give VJ Edgecombe maybe 28 minutes. Simons 22. Markkanen 30, Hendricks 28. I mean, let's go 32 to VJ and let's kind of give him the keys and see what he can do. And then we'll give Asa Newell a few more minutes too. So I kind of like that. I kind of like this team. I like the direction we're going. We're 3-star balanced, and I'll see you guys at the end of the year. First proper season in charge, Jokic MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year, James Harden 6th Player of the Year in Detroit. That's interesting. Giannis Depoy, Scoot most improved. So we missed out on Scoot, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish I overpaid for him a little bit now. But Simons was great. Clutch player of the year, Shea. Mark Daynor is your coach of the year. So I'm not expecting any Jazz players to be on any of these teams. We get Walker Kessler on all defensive first team, which is nice to see. And VJ Edgecombe and Asa Newell both on the rookie team. So we didn't make it, which is fine. I'm pretty sure we're one of the worst teams in the league, which, hey, I'm completely fine with that. We're going to get some good picks this year and move on from Lauri Markkanen, which is great, and give VJ Edgecombe more of the keys. So one thing I was also thinking is we need to re-sign Anthony Simons this offseason too, which is going to probably cost us a lot. There's where we were. So the Washington Wizards were worse than us. So just like this year, the Washington Wizards were worse. So hopefully we can get a first round pick. That would be nice. the first pick, sorry. Shea versus Darius Garland, and it's the OKC Thunder in 5. Shea is your finals MVP. Really interesting, because they don't normally win in simulation. They are normally a very good team, but yeah, they never really win straight away. But that's good for them. They have DeAndre Hunter, which is fine. Clint Capella. Yeah, okay, fine. Moving on. So LeBron calls it time. Chris Paul on the Nuggets calls it time. Russ calls it time. Drew Holiday on the Lakers. DeMar DeRozan. There's a lot of... I'm going to make 76ers live through one more year of that contract. Sorry, 76ers fans. So draft lottery is going to be interesting. So we end up pick 5 again. Okay, but pick 7 via Orlando. So... do we want to visit the trade with the Blazers again and say, hey, can you please give us the first pick? We can potentially try. So let's see. Let's see if like Joe Mazzulla will come and coach here. Maybe Jason Kidd. If we don't get those guys, Mark Daigneault is here. He just won the coach of the year and stuff. Nate McMillan's here. James Borrego's also there. I guess we can bring in like Kenny Atkinson would be kind of cool. I guess we can bring back Will Hardy. Let's bring back Will Hardy and just see. I'm offering him a little bit more. Wouldn't mind staying with Will Hardy. So, okay. So Jason Kidd and Joe Mazzulla sign with us. Oh, that's cool. I never get Jason Kidd. I'm gonna sign Jason Kidd to a contract. And we get him here in Utah. So he leaves Dallas. All right. NBA draft time is here. So do we want to make a big trade, or do we want to kind of keep... No, we need to go. We need to go for the pick number 1. Okay, so we have pick 5 and pick 7. Unless Portland want Lauri Markkanen. I don't know if they will or not. This is gonna be almost impossible, isn't it? So we want pick 1. Oh my Jesus. Can they afford Lauri Markkanen? That's a no. Okay, they can't afford Lauri Markkanen. We can give them this magic pick and this first round pick. That's obviously going to be a no. Can we offer up anyone? None of these guys are going to want to come back, which is rough. Which is very rough. Filipowski's a pretty good player. Okay, so I guess we're going to trade some things away. So this Lakers pick next year or this Wizards pick next year, both of them are very valuable. The Lakers pick, not as much. So we got the Wizards pick. We'll throw in a 2030 first. So 4 first round picks for pick 1, and they agree. Okay, cool. Amazing. So now we know exactly what we're taking. AJ DeBansa, welcome. Welcome to Utah. A generational defining talent. Cameron Boozer goes 2nd, Jaden Quintain's 3rd, Darren Peterson 4th, and the rest is history. So now, Lauri, you're gone. I'm sorry, you're gone. We need to clear some cap space. Luke Kennard and Paul George. Oof, that's disgusting. I don't want Paul George on this team. Jalen Smith and Lonzo Ball are interesting. We have to give up a first as well, which I'd rather not do. Ben Simmons and Zeke Naji, Scottie Pippen and Vince Williams Jr., Okongwu, Andrew Wiggins and Kyle Anderson, Nick Smith Jr. and Caruso, Malik Monk, Jared Vanderbilt and Dennis Schroeder, Wendell Carter Jr., Claxton, Michael Porter Jr., Pascal Siakam, Trey Murphy, Karis LeVert and Stewart. I actually don't know what I want from this trade. I don't actually love any. Corey Kispert would be kind of cool. I don't know if we'd keep him around. Corey Kispert and a first. We send Lauri to the Thunder. That is very interesting. Jordan Poole. Okay. Salary wise, I'm kind of interested in this trade. And we could trade these guys at the deadline and potentially get something for them. We have to give up a first, though, which I don't love doing. So, I mean, this trade here that we're going to potentially do, Corey Kispert, We get a first round pick. It's a swap best Clippers pick. I feel like if this is all we can get for Lauri Markkanen, then so be it, as my editing is done. Like Cason Wallace will be fun, but he just signed a big contract. He's gonna get paid like $30 million a season. Wiggins or Joe could be interesting, and I'm gonna do this trade. We're gonna send Lauri, who has been great for us, but we're starting fresh. We're gonna get Corey Kispert and a very valuable first round pick next year. I don't know if fans will hate me for that, but I think that's a smart decision. We shed a lot of money as well. So Simmons, Collier, VJ Edgecombe, Keontae George, Corey Kispert. I think Bryce Sensabaugh is still... Oh, AJ Demancia is going to play. And then Bryce Sensabaugh is probably going to be the man that plays behind him. I could see Corey Kispert be kind of that mentor off the bench. Asanuo is going to take over from Taylor Hendricks and Filipowski and Walker Kessler. So, yeah, we're definitely going to sign AJ Demancia. And here is where we're going to make some tough choices. I don't think Cody Williams is ever going to really play for us unless he develops a lot. So I'll sign him. KCP accepts his player option, bro. I forgot he had a player option. That's rough. Johnny Jazang, we're going to say goodbye to as well. Cool. All right. Hey, does anyone out there want KCP? Because I feel like we shouldn't keep KCP around. Wait, where he's 75 overall with 33. Jordan Miller and a second round pick from the Clippers. I guess that could be okay. Memphis would give us just a straight up first round pick for KCP. Same with Atlanta, same with Sacramento, same with Brooklyn, same with Detroit, same with Phoenix, and Washington would give us Donald Humphreys. Okay, so we're gonna have a kind of loaded draft hand next year. I am going to take a chance on the fact that the Hawks would be the worst. So let's send KCP out for a first round pick. Stupid as a stupid does, I guess. So yeah, this team is going to be really interesting next year for sure. All right, so qualifying offers. Walker Kessler, we're going to have to pay big money to, of course. So let's just do that straight away. He wants $40 million. Anthony Simons wants $40 million too. Okay. That is rather unfortunate. So we're going to release those two. Dink Pate is also going to be a free agent, which is completely fine. And I don't think we're going to use that trade exception at all. So Anthony Simons and Walker Kessler are the two that we really need to worry about. So let's just kind of play it till one of the last days of the deadline, I guess. Walker Kessler is a restricted free agent, so we can sign him whenever. Anthony Simons has not been offered anything either. So, okay, let's see if we can get Simons back. I'm going to see if we can sign him for on a 4-year. If we can get him to 30, if we can get him to 30 mil, I think I'll be happy with that. 30 mil team option. It doesn't really change anything. So 4 years, $30 million for Anthony Simons. Hopefully he accepts that. And he might not. So Walker Kessler, does he actually have any real offers? He does not. Okay. So Anthony Simons is here. Welcome. Welcome, Anthony. Thank you for coming back. And Walker Kessler's dropped his money by quite a bit. So let's offer him... let's kind of get him on the same sort of deal. So $30 million for 4 years. Hopefully he accepts that. And he does. Walker Kessler's back in Utah. Okay, so our team this year, Anthony Simons, Collier, Keontae George, VJ Edgecombe, Demancia, and probably Sensabaugh, maybe Kispert, Asanuo and Hendricks, and Walker Kessler and Filipowski. I quite like the progression we've made so far on this team. There's a lot of green there. I think next year we should be a little bit more competitive. Hopefully the year after we're amazing. I don't even know. Maybe next offseason we'll make some big splashes. But I'm going to actually skip the deadline this year. And I'm going to see you guys at the end of the full year number 2. So we were good, and surprisingly good, because I thought we'd have another year of development and big offseason moves. But We were a 1 seed, which is really cool. Jokic is MVP, AJ DeBanter Rookie of the Year, there's one of our guys, Ace Bailey 6th player, Wemby Depoy, Liam McNeely Most Improved, Anthony Edwards Clutch Player, Quinn Schneider Coach of the Year, and Christopher Bell is your Executive of the Year. So, okay, so maybe we went the 1 seed. I mean, they were in the East, so maybe we didn't top the NBA, but I thought we were up there. So yeah, a couple of guys I was interested in at the deadline was Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like Anthony Simons for Halliburton would have been fun. I don't think we're ever going to get something done with Luka. Anthony Edwards could be interesting, but I still don't think we're going to get anything done with some of those guys. But we may as well try in this offseason if we don't win the title this year. But we don't get anyone on any of these teams, which is interesting. I think maybe we were a bit balanced. We get Walker Kessler on a second team, AJ here, and that's about it. So yeah, we're the 1 seed. We bounced back from not even being in the playoffs to being a 1 seed, which is crazy. So Simons, Edgecombe, DeBanter, Keontae George is really breaking out, which is good to see. But he is out of contract at the end of this year, which is going to be weird. It's going to be awkward because I don't want to pay him what he's wanting right now, and that's $30 million. $30 million plus. So unless we want to potentially keep him around over someone like Anthony Simons, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But we signed Taylor Hendricks to a $16 million a year extension. I think he's going to be a bench piece next year. I would like Asa Newell to definitely come into this starting lineup. He's a bit bigger, and I feel like him with Walker Kessler is going to be a fun backcourt to develop. And Filipowski, I feel like we're going to have to extend him and offer him some money too. Collier and some of these other guys. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze at the end of the season, but we may even win a title this year and not need to. So we come up against Portland, who obviously have Scoot, they have Elijah Arenas, they have John Collins still. They have a really good team. I think we're, on paper, potentially better, but we lose game 1, we win game 2, we lose game 3, we win game 4, we win game 5, and we win game 6. We move on to Minnesota in round 2, who have had a bowl, and they have Keyshawn George. They haven't really changed too much. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to Minnesota. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to Minnesota. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to click that, but we lost in 6 to Minnesota. Okay, interesting. So now it's going to be Minnesota. Anthony Edwards averaging almost 50 points a game coming up against Cade, and the Timberwolves win in 5. Anthony Edwards is your finals MVP. He went crazy. So, a couple of notable retirees here. A couple big retirees. That's completely fine. Moving on to the draft lottery. Now, we own a few picks in this year's draft. We own 4, 6, and 10. Wow, okay. So, we could potentially go after a big name if we really wanted to. We end up with 6, 10, and I guess that pick was protected, and 20. I thought we owned another one of these picks. Maybe we don't. Okay, that's crazy. Unless we dropped all the way to 20 and our own pick there at 25. So we have the Washington pick, the Clippers pick, and I thought we had one more. So Washington, it was the Milwaukee pick. So that ends up going to the Pelicans. Okay, we miss out on that pick, I think. We get pick 20 instead. Maybe the Pelicans have the best. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I think we keep Jason Kidd. We had a very good year. I think we overachieved a little bit. So NBA draft. Now, I'm going to see if we can... I think Anthony Simons has been great for us, and I think he's going to develop really well. I wish Keontae George had one more year on his contract because he could definitely be included in this trade. But Anthony Simons and like pick 6, pick 10, pick 20. I don't know if this is going to get us anyone crazy. I always get Maxey. Lillard's a bit too old. I don't really want any of these guys. Like Lonzo would be kind of fun. Like Luka would be kind of fun. I don't know if they'd be willing to do this trade. They're not. I'm thinking I never ever trade for like Shea or anyone like that. Shea would be really fun. He's got a no trade clause. Of course he has a no trade clause, man. Of course. Okay. Hey, Luca. Would you want to come and play over here? I'd be willing to throw Corey Kispert in this trade as well. They say no, and I would be willing to potentially depart with... We're not throwing Debancer in here. We don't really have any contracts. Like Taylor Hendricks, I'd love to keep Taylor Hendricks off the bench, but if that gets the trade done, that could be cool. They say no. Okay. That's fine. I don't want to really trade Taylor Hendricks anyway. I have a soft spot for Taylor Hendricks. I feel like he's a great player. So let's see who else we could potentially go after here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to just draft and re-sign some people. Kyrie would be kind of fun, but he's 35. Trae Young, probably not. Tyrese Halliburton, does he really get us over the edge? Potentially does, but I feel like I get him. Cade would be sick. Would they do this trade? They don't. I'll throw in another first round pick. That first round pick's not really valuable. I'll throw in a Lakers first round pick next year too. Okay, cool. They're not going to agree. I feel like Tyrese Halliburton might be easier to trade for. Like Shea would be awesome, but Devin Booker would be cool, but I feel like I get Devin Booker a little bit too. Dejounte Murray, probably not. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton would be kind of fun. I feel like we can maybe get away with not trading this first round pick. Anthony Simons, Corey Kispert, and a couple picks. Does that get us Tyrese Halliburton? It doesn't. I guess we can throw in pick 25 and pick 27. They agree. Wow. Okay. We just made a blockbuster trade. We just got Tyrese Halliburton on our team. Anthony Simons is no longer here. We just got Tyrese Halliburton. That is nuts. Okay. That's crazy. So we have a pick in the top of the draft here. We have pick 6. So I'd like to take Taj Ariza, actually. That's a good pick for us. Welcome in, Taj Ariza. Thank you. Or not thank you for your time, but welcome. We'll sign him to a big contract. All these guys are coming back. That's definitely for sure. We could definitely trade Cody Williams and qualify an offer. Now we have Quentin Jackson here, who I don't think we need. I don't think he's going to get time for us. But Keontae George and Bryce... Okay, we got some points apparently. I'll offer them the qualifying offer. Bryce Sensabaugh. We'll see how much he wants. But I don't expect he wants to resign with us because he didn't play at all. He actually will. Okay, Keontae George wants $36 million a year. But he is restricted, so he can match any sort of offer that comes his way. So, I mean, I will happily pay Bryce Sensabaugh some money just to see if he'll come back. And I guess we can keep... I don't know why Malcolm Brogdon's here. But we'll just sign Bryce Sensabaugh while we can. He's going to agree to come back. And Keontae George, we'll just wait to see if he either gets a contract. Because I'd like him to come back, but he's not... Like, we have VJ Edgecombe, so he's only going to be in a 6-man role, and I don't really want to pay him $40 million. If he can come back on his qualifying offer, that would just be absolutely elite. No one's offering him any money. So, we get Keontae George back on his qualifying offer. Okay. That's cool. So if we can go down to contract extensions right now, no one's really eligible. Collier wants a bag. He wants an absolute bag. Cody Williams wants a bag. He hasn't even played yet. But I think this team is definitely over the hump now. I think we've gone from being... Halliburton's down 1 for whatever reason. I don't know why. He's happy, but I don't know why. Yeah, I think we're over the hump now. This is going to be a contender next year. Halliburton. Simons was great for us. Don't get me wrong. Simons was absolutely awesome. But trading for Tyrese Halliburton is a game changer. So I'm going to load up this last year. We're going to go through to the end of the season. Jason Kidd got a team with, I guess, without a major superstar on the team. A number 1 seed in the West, so I'm expecting big things this year. And with Debanso developing and a couple other guys developing, I'm hoping that's another 1 seed. But let's check out this rotation right now. So Jason Kidd has a 9-man rotation, and that's a lot of bench minutes. That's crazy. I didn't know we actually had that last year. So I want to play VJ, obviously. VJ Edgecombe is going to be in that position. Collier is probably going to play like 16 minutes off the bench. Filipowski can get 20. And Asanuo didn't really develop as much as I wanted him to. But I guess Cody Williams is going to be in the rotation this year. Do we want to play Cody or do we want to play Bryce? I guess we can play Cody Williams. That's fine. So Taja Reza doesn't get much time in this lineup. So we'll go 34 to Halliburton. We'll go 32 to VJ and to AJ. VJ, AJ. And I want 2 more minutes. Maybe we'll just do this. 2 more minutes to Walker Kessler as well. 64 and 18, and that's a scary sight. Jokic in Golden State. I guess they lost Curry. They must have lost a couple other guys, but that's nuts. Jaden Quintence is your Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson is your 6th Player of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved Will Riley in Dallas. That profile picture is kind of terrifying. Luka is your Clutch Player of the Year, and Jason Kidd, there we go. Coach of the Year, 64 and 18. Nuts. Do we get anyone? We get Tyrese Halliburton here on all NBA team. So yeah, he had pretty good numbers. Down a little bit from his Indiana days, but like I guess he's got other players around him scoring just as much and stuff. So do we get anyone on any of these teams? It doesn't look like we do, unfortunately. Cool. All right. So we are the 1 seed yet again. Let's see what happens in the stats department. So wow, Halliburton, Debansa, and Edgecombe all really killed it, and Keontae George is just being really consistent as that 6th player. I don't know if we lose this final. I don't know if we're going to bring him back or not. That he just wants a lot of money. Taylor Hendricks was great. Walker Kessler was good. Asanuo was good. And all the other guys there are just as good. So let's see who we get. We get the Clippers, who have a very interesting team. I'm not going to lie, they still have Zubac after all this time. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to the Clippers. Game 3 goes to the Clippers. Game 4 goes to us. Game 5 goes to the Clippers. Okay, man, come on. We can't lose again. Otherwise, we probably have to fire Jason Kidd, which would be insane. Okay, let's see what happens. Game 6, we lose. Okay, we are the fakest 1 seed ever. Jokic and Evan Mobley, and Dallas actually win, and Kyrie Irving is your Finals MVP. So Jokic, okay, that's a very interesting. Caden Boozer, Jalen Green, they have a very good team. They have a very, very good team. So it's the Cavs, who don't really change too much. Yeah, okay, interesting team. We have to go 1 more year. We have to push through and go 1 more year. I really thought that Tyrese Halliburton would get us over the hump, but obviously not. So let's see. So we don't have any picks in this year's draft, unfortunately. We might have a late one. We have a pick 25 and a pick 28. So we can probably get a couple of role players. So do we go for after Joe Mazzulla? Is there anyone else here? Like Nick Nurse, Eric Spoelstra, Rick Carlisle, Udoka. Maybe Jason Kidd's a fraud. I don't know. We were the 1 seed twice. I'm just going to let it run. It's going to let it run. We'll go 1 more year. If it's bad, it's bad. So let's just draft with these picks. Let's take a 6'10 point guard, a 6'10 power forward, sorry. We'll take Masumo. That sounds like a good name. And we'll take Tyler Sutton as well. 2 good draft picks here. Nice little pieces for our team. So we'll sign both those guys. Team player options. We'll make sure all these guys have been brought back. And we're going to have to hand out some paychecks to some guys, which is going to be rough. It's going to be really rough. So we don't actually have the rights on Keontae George either. We do actually, who wants a little bit less money, but everyone wants a big bag. And, oh man, Isaiah Collier also wants a big bag. So the only one that's unrestricted right now, so we'll renounce the rights on Quentin Jackson. The only one that I feel like we're going to definitely pay, we need to just cap hold them for now. Okay, so we moved into the actual free agency. We want to make sure. Okay, so Isaiah Collier has 12 offers. None of them are actually real. Okay, that's fine. Let's just keep moving through a little bit. Filipowski wants way too much money, in my opinion. If we can get him back on the qualifying offer or get him down a little bit, that'd be nice. So Keontae George wants $29 million. I kind of want to get him down to Alex Sars here, but we don't have much money. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna run this. Okay, so now we're at day 10. If we can get Keontae George for around $25 million a year, I would be fine with that. So if we can drop this down 2 years, 25 mil, maybe even 3 years, 25 mil. We'll see if he will accept that. And Isaiah Collier, we'll see if we can get him on 20 mil. I don't know if he'll accept this or not. 3 years, 20 mil. We'll aim for those two guys first. We don't get them signed. Okay. So Filipowski, if we can go 3 years, like 15 mil, this team's starting to get very expensive. And Cody Williams, if we can get you on like 2 years, maybe 3 years with team option, 12 mil, that would be good. Okay, let's see if we get them all. And we do get them all. We get them all back and we can afford them. Okay, cool. So now we need to work out, do we just go again, reload, or do we make a trade? I'm thinking we just go again. Maybe the backup small forward role is something we can look at upgrading. And I'm hoping Asa Newell really takes over this year from Taylor Hendricks, because I think we need some more size in the backcourt, which Filipowski, switching Filipowski over would be kind of cool. Why don't we try that? Whoa. Okay, we just ended free agency. Cool. We can't even sign a backup center now. Okay, that's fine. So if we go Filipowski, wait, where is he? So if we go move him to a power forward, he stays the same. And Taylor Hendricks, if we move him to the small forward, he goes up 1. Okay, interesting. So then we can maybe potentially look to go after a backup center. I don't know who would be out there willing. Okay, so wait, is Alex Sarr there with... Okay, he's not there with Giannis. That's fine. I was going to go crazy. So we can... I don't know who we should bring in. Kadeem Lark would be interesting. Jarrett Allen, probably not off the bench. Zubac, probably not off the bench. Some of these guys are probably going to have to pay big money to after this year. So that's the thing. I'm trying to find someone that we potentially don't have to sign to a big contract, but is probably going to prove to be quite difficult. Like Hardenstein wouldn't be too bad as a backup center, playing like 20 minutes a night. He's on $12 million a year. Is there anyone else? Gafford would be kind of fun, or Lively. Gafford as a backup center actually moves me. Let's see if we can get there financially with Daniel Gafford. So Cody Williams is now behind a couple guys. So maybe we throw Cody Williams in this trade, and let's just see if we can sort this salary wise. Cody Williams, and then we can throw in, like, I'd hate to throw Bryce in there as well, but I think we might have to. Like, Bryce isn't going to play it at all for us. So Bryce Sensabaugh and Cody Williams for Daniel Gafford, who probably didn't have the best year last year, because I think that's still solid numbers. Can we get back like a pick? We'll get back this Lakers pick potentially. Would they do this trade? They wouldn't. They want a first as well, and they'll give us Kelly Marshall. Can we just throw in a couple seconds and call it square? They want a first, but I don't want to give up any firsts or anything. I'll throw in a third second, and they agree. Cool. All right, so we bring Daniel Gafford in as a bit of an older backup center. And to be honest, I think we're just going to let it ride. We didn't make any big changes. We just made some positional changes. And Debansar is a 93 overall. Walker Kessler, Halliburton, everyone is still very green on the map. So I'm going to see you guys at the end of this year. Hopefully we can bring a championship to Utah. That's something I didn't expect to see. AJ Debansar is your MVP. Love that. Darius Wabington is your rookie of the year. 6th player of the year goes to Nolan Traore. Wemby is your DPOY, most improved Nolan Traore. I'm glad he's actually playing really well. I'm excited to see him get drafted this year. He's someone that I've actually been watching quite closely. K, clutch player, and Jason Kidd, coach of the year, 69 and 13. So our best record yet. We don't get Halliburton on any of these teams. We get Walker Kessler on a defensive team, so that's pretty cool. And we are the 1 seed yet again. So you love to see it. You really do. AJ, Halliburton, and VJ Edgecombe all leading the scoring yet again. Filipowski in a bigger role was really good too. He could have almost been most improved. Rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Yeah, we've got a bit of everything on this team. So let's get out of round 1. All right. Darius Scuff Jr., Elijah Arenas, Tyrone Stokes. They got a very young team. They still got John Collins on that team. It's good to see him getting a consistent spot on a team. I know I feel like most Utah fans would like to see him succeed. So we draw Sacramento, who have AJ Mitchell, Zach LaVine, Miles Bridges, Constanza, Sabonis, and Ayton. Interesting. They have Ayton on their team. Round 1 goes to us. Round 2 goes to the Kings. Okay, we're not doing this. We're straight up not doing this. Whoa. Let me just, I don't want to fire. No, we're not playing Keontae George over VJ Edgecombe. That's just not happening, Chief. We'll go 35 minutes. We'll go 32 and we'll go 33. Okay, we'll just even it out. All right, let's see what happens. We win game 4, we win game 5, and we win game 6. Okay, now we draw Dallas here, and they have Kyrie, Will Riley, Davis, Lively, DeJounte Murray off the bench. Okay, so we gave them cap space to go after DeJounte Murray. Obviously, we went and took Gafford, and we're up to 1, up, or we're 2-2, 3-2, and we are through to the finals. We win the Western Conference Finals, and we're through to the finals. Ace Bailey versus AJ DeBancer. That is a seriously fun game. The Melo Ball, Ace Bailey, Brandon Miller, Obi Toppin, Mark Williams, and OG Anunoby. They've got a really interesting team. We win game 1, we win game 2, we win game 3, and okay, for whatever reason we split, but that team I was actually scared about. There we go, AJ DeBancer, your finals MVP. There is my off-season Utah Jazz rebuild. It took a couple more seasons than I expected, but just trust the process. All we had to do was change a couple of players around and get some veteran pieces in, and I'm very happy with the team that we built. We managed to keep a lot of the young stars here: Walker Kessler, Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Hendricks, Filipowski. Yeah, it's a fun team this is, and I'm very happy we built this team. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate love and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.